Hello my friends, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday for Tuesday, March 8th, 2022. This is Jennifer. I come to you guys today with a finish and two new projects. So let's talk about the one that's most obvious first. I have a project of doom on my wall. This was inspired by a big Linus clean out I have been working on for the last week or so. I got it all finished last week. I sorted all of my fabric into pieces by size. I pulled all the flannel and put it together. I put my pre-cuts together. I put all my orphan blocks together. I pulled backs for every top that I had and put the rest of the fabric that's for backs together. So anyway, my line of stuff is super organized right now, which it really needed. It was the last thing that I really hadn't tackled since I redid the sewing room. So in that process, I found several Project of Doom orphan blocks. I had started cleaning my orphan blocks out first, and I found that I had 5 or 6 orphan blocks left that were just Project of Doom, and then I had a number of Harry Potter ones. I just started throwing stuff on the wall, and I will show you guys a picture here of what I started with, because it did change. I think the only thing I pulled out was the cauldron, just because I couldn't find a good place to put it in this quilt. I ended up with Harry Potter stuff and Yoshi, the little Nintendo. I ended up with some Portal that were some test blocks that I did for my own patterns years ago, years and years ago. And I really enjoyed it. I thought this was great. It's a fun quilt top. It'll be fun to quilt. I did 3-inch sashing from top to bottom. This is a 48-inch wide quilt, so I decided not to add any side borders, but I am going to sash it in the same fabric so it will be, you know, it'll like pull it all together and stop the motion at the edges of the quilt. Let's pull it. Let me show you the bottom row just a little bit. There we go. So there's our bottom row, and you can see I've got, this is my Durham string crest. There's a Project of Doom 2011 crystal ball, some portal activity going on, and here's the actual portal up here. And I just had a really good time putting this together. I had some random practice embroidery, or like embroidery that had started and didn't go well, and I kind of put all that in a box together, and I pulled a few pieces of that out, and that ended up being books. I love that. I'm going to try to do that more often because it works really well for this, to have just like the super random embroidery. There is up here, there's a half of a scarab beetle. It's just like the body with a wing, and that was actually failed embroidery for my Year of Doom that is still in progress. We'll get to that. The other thing that I have to share that's really special is I did finish Janice's quilt, the one that her mom started. I got that quilted, and I got it bound, and I put a sleeve on it, and I gave it back to her. It was interesting to quilt because the applique was very three-dimensional. It was actually puffy, and so I turned it sideways on my frame and just was extremely careful quilting around it. I did have a few threads to bury, not a lot, because there were some places that were contained inside the applique that I didn't want to stitch over. I did my level best not to stitch over the applique. So I did finish it. I did give it back to her. She's very happy with it, and I'm very happy with the results. The last project I've been working on is a prototype for a water bottle case. My husband and I take a lot of walks, and we live in Texas, and in the summer it gets really hot, so we always carry water with us. His water bottle case was a bit blown out. He likes to put his glasses case in the pocket, and the zipper had broken and it was kind of stretched out, so I'm using the water bottle case he already had as a model to create what he really wants. So this is what's left of the original. I actually took it apart to use this as pattern piece. This is the liner, which I probably won't use for anything, but it was a lot easier to get the circle dimension and that kind of thing using that. And this is the prototype. The final one will be in a totally different fabric. So this is my prototype. I made this out of a really soft purple, like it's a denim-y, like pants weight type fabric. I actually took the handle and the D-rings off of the other water bottle. He wants a flap on the pocket. I made the pocket taller, and we have very serious discussions about this water bottle, and the one that I'm making for him, which will be out of wax canvas I should say, instead of having this, it's gonna have this pocket on both sides. So I'm gonna do that again, and then this will have a magnetic snap, and he'll be able to fill his water bottle, put it on his strap, and carry it around when we take our walks and whatever, and be able to put what he needs in his pockets, like cell phone in one side and sunglasses in the other. I still need to make the other water bottle. I have the fabric and the parts that I need to make it, which is not a lot, just some webbing and some D-rings. I'm actually really looking forward to that. It was a fun puzzle to sort out, and I have a whole page of notes for tweaks and changes and things that he would really like to see. And I'm like I said, looking forward to doing that. The only other thing I had to share is I've had a number of messages from people asking if they can use my free patterns to make quilts, either for comfort quilts for people, refugees from Ukraine, or if they can use them for fundraisers for also helping the people of Ukraine. And my answer is yes, absolutely, with one caveat, that you not sell quilts made from fandom patterns, because I do not have the right to give you the permission to do that. Fandom quilts are all made from intellectual property that does not belong to me, and it does not belong to you, so it is not legal to sell that. And I just, it's a very gray area. People do it, don't recommend it. I've had 2 different lawyers tell me not to do it, so I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna recommend it, and I cannot give you permission to do that. But any of my personal free patterns and anything that I designed that was for sale that's now retired, you are absolutely welcome to use that to help raise money or to make comfort quilts. The group that I volunteer for is looking into providing comfort quilts. I will probably try to up my own quilting production. I have a ton of tops, my own tops, other people's tops. So from here on out, I'm just going to try to get quilting done, because I have a lot of things that can be finished that just are not finished yet. This was a whim, and I enjoyed the heck out of it, and honestly it just made me want to have retreat, because orphan blocks are usually something that I do during retreat. Finally, on a personal note, I dropped my phone in water on Saturday, and we gave it a couple days to dry, and it is deceased. It works, but the touchscreen has turned mostly black. I managed to factory reset it so that I can recycle it or donate it or whatever. I mean, it's weird because the touchscreen works, but the OLED is just like, it's gone. The screen is just, it's gone. The reason I'm telling you this is I have been without a phone for a few days, and my new phone is supposed to be here today. It's easier for me to answer messages and comments and things on my phone because I always have it on me, and I sit at my computer on Tuesdays. Tuesday is my computer day. I don't really use it that much since I'm not selling patterns anymore. I don't have to be on my computer all the time, which I love, which is why I've been so much more productive, is I'm not running a business anymore. So anyway, I've been trying to check my messages a couple times a day. My husband gave me an old tablet of his back when I had surgery in 2020, so I dusted it off, and I've been trying to keep it sort of in proximity, but as I told my husband, it's so big I need like a baby Bjorn to carry it, so I'm not carrying it around with me. It's basically staying on my kitchen table, and I open it every once in a while to see if I have messages. So if you've been trying to get in touch with me, just give me another day. That's gonna be it. You guys have a very wonderful week. Have a crafty week. Welcome back, Jordan. We were so happy to see you last week, and I will see you next week. Bye.